We're here with Angus here in Calabasas, and one of Angus's guardians has stepped out to play the part, hopefully, of an arriving guest. Now, we wanted to have a real guest here for this, and that's why I was just telling the guardian off camera, what we want to do is when mom or dad are coming home, we want to call and text the other people who are here. We're going to recreate the situation we have now where we have, basically, we're not going to show Angus right now, but he is on a leash, and the guardian is stepping on the leash about 3 feet away from where it attaches to his collar. What we're going to do is basically use what we call behavior adjustment training to teach him not to jump up on people. We're not going to tell him what to do. We're just going to structure and create a staged situation where the dog can't actually reach the person. The person is going to stay just right outside of his reach. As soon as the dog sits and settles down, we're going to turn and engage with him. We're not going to tell him to sit or sit. There we go. We're going to let him get riled up. All right. So I'm going to grab the phone and I'm going to kind of go through describing this. So again, we're going to have Dad is going to come right to where I mentioned. So Dad is just staying right outside of his reach. Now, right now, he's not as excited as I normally would like him to be. And just Dad's watching him out of the corner of his eye. And once he settles down, now he's still worked up. And again, I think he thinks his job is to be the security guard. He's still barking because you're normally inside, even though he came through. He's just a little, that association means somebody's about to come through the door. And so we're waiting for his energy to calm down. Now, a lot of times we look at a dog's tail. It's hard for him because he has a little nub of a tail. We wouldn't want to do this we wouldn't want to approach him when the tail is up. We would want the tail to be parallel with the spine or going down. So now his energy, go ahead and turn to face him and kind of reach down, crouch down. There you go. And go ahead and pet him a little bit under the chin. There you go. Now go ahead and stop and then turn sideways. Now he is not as animated as I wanted him to be. Don't do this at times where because his energy right now for him is really chill. But basically when it's a guest coming in, he's going to be jumping up and barking like crazy. The person stays right out of the side. Now part of it, okay, now go ahead and turn and engage with him again, right, real quick. Now stop and stand up and turn sideways. Now his energy there was okay, so you could have actually petted him, but this is a demonstration video, so I had you stop. So when he lays down or sits, you want him right there, immediately now bend down and start engaging with him. So what you're saying is as soon as you get down into a sit or an LAY, which is a more subordinate position, the human is interested in interacting with you. Now you're going to have two capacities for this. One of the situations is going to be somebody he knows and he's excited, like grandpa or one of you guys, and he's going to be all excited in a happy energy. That's where you would do this and you would engage with him. Now, if his hackles are up and he's barking and snarling and he seems angry, the person would do the same thing, but when he turns sideways, I would give the person a couple treats. And if he can catch, maybe he throws the treat or drops a treat so that he can get it when he calms down. Now, if he calms and the person, you said once he's off the tile, usually the dog is pretty calm. If that's the case and you don't think that the dog is actually going to nip or bite and you feel comfortable and your gut tells you you're comfortable, then the person could do the same thing you're doing is engaging with him by turning and facing him. But remember, anytime the dog shows any excitement or jumps up, you stand up and you turn to face me and you step just right side out of the dog's reach. We want to be like maybe 6 inches away from where he can reach. And again, we're not telling him how to do anything. He's figuring this out on his own. And normally when you're doing this, you're going to turn to engage and he gets excited, you turn back. You're going to go back and forth, back and forth. You probably do it 4, 6, 8 times per time. But what you should start seeing is he starts getting calmer, faster. And again, don't tell him to sit. But he doesn't have to necessarily sit. We'd like his energy to be low. Low when sitting, I would definitely engage. And low when laying down, I would definitely engage. But if he's standing, but he's not snarling and his energy seems calm, you can turn and engage with him then. Some people will go all the way to the sit. It's kind of a case-by-case basis. For him, all we want him to do is have a more relaxed energy. Now, also, the more a dog moves around, the more animated they get. This prevents them from being able to move around too much. Now, if he started moving around you, the person that's standing on a leash, you could increase your base, so spread there you go. And so that way you kind of take a little bit of away. We want to give him room to move around. We don't want to sequester him too much. I would only do that if he's running the leash around your legs. But he's probably going to be wanting to be interested in whoever is here, so you won't have to worry about this. So this is a variant of what we call behavior adjustment training. We're teaching the dog or helping the dog by creating a scenario where he gets to do something of his own choice, and when he does the thing that we want, that's when we page or engage with him. Anything short of that, we lose interest.
So when people come over, do we break out the leash?
Yeah.
You have to give us notice.
Yeah.
For a while, at least a month or so.
So you might want to put a sign on your door. Please, if you're a friend, please call or text us before you answer the door. We're teaching our dog door manners. And when she's getting dropped off or he's getting dropped off by anybody, their mom and dad can call and text you, and then they come and knock at the door, or you leave the door unlocked like it is so they can come in. Ideally, the person would go and unlock it, but then the dog's gonna be all the way there. So we just knock once, and then we know after the knock that they're about to come through the door, and the knock precipitates. Like I said, he got all worked up. So if you help him practice when the knock, sometimes it's the humans. A lot of times it's the people who live here who knock. So now I don't have to get as territorial when I hear the knock because it's not always a stranger or somebody I have to protect the house about.
What about?
I just want to wrap this up because it's getting a little bit long. We'll cover any questions you have off camera. But this is how we use behavior adjustment training to help the dog learn a new behavior instead of barking, jumping up, or snarling at them.